Thank you.
Does anybody here think they're more confident than Stacy?
I know, David.
Are you prepared to defend that statement?
Yes, I am.
DJ.
How about Eric? Have you done these before, anticipation guides?
Oh, yeah, it is.
So if you're done with it, raise your hand. When I see all the hands up, then we'll move on to the next thing. The anticipation guide, but before we do, I want you to watch this video. This is one sort of satire on the difference between opinion and fact.
Truthiness. Now I'm sure some of the word police, the wordinistas over at Webster's are going to say, hey, that's not a word. Well, anybody who knows me knows that I'm no fan of dictionaries or reference books. They're elitist. Truthiness. Define it. Truthiness is what you want the facts to be as opposed to what the facts are. What feels like the right answer as opposed to what reality will support.
But it's certainly not exclusive to the Colbert Report.
No, I'm just describing something. Because that's where the truth comes from, ladies and gentlemen. The gut. Do you know you have more nerve endings in your stomach than in your head? Look it up. Now, somebody's gonna say, I did look that up and it's wrong. Well, mister, that's because you looked it up in a book. Next time, try looking it up in your gut. I did. And my gut tells me that's how our nervous system works. Now, I know some of you may not trust your gut yet, but with my help...
To watching the video and answering these questions, if anybody wants to share an agreement or disagreement?
Instead of you really believe something, it's so, because reality is a matter of perception.
Reality is a matter of perception, so what do people think of that? Is it relative? It's, you know, he sees it one way because he's a guy, and maybe his classmate sees it a different way because she's a female. Which is the truth? They're both truth? Okay. So does that apply to everything? Descriptions about the material world?
He said reality is a matter of perception. I actually think that it's the other way around. I think that perception is based around reality, and you get what you, or how you look at things through reality, and you don't like pick up reality through your perceptions.
Okay, so the world shapes the way you see things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
So,
necessarily. You know, people that like see colors different and stuff like that. It's still yellow.
Yeah. But if something's yellow, it's yellow. Just because you see it as pink, it doesn't mean that it's pink. It's yellow.
No seminar.
Come on now. Okay. Anyway, keep
So
going.
you would say that your perception is the only correct perception.
that's a really good point. So there's how something makes us feel, and that's kind of what he was talking about, the whole gut check. When I was working on probation, they told us when it comes to certain kinds of crime, you cannot trust your gut. And they said the reason you cannot trust your gut when it comes to these crimes, especially involving crimes with minors, is because it's such an emotional topic that it has an effect on your thinking. It has a negative effect on your thought process. So you're going to overreact to things you're not going to see. At each table that has 4 people, you're going to have 4 different roles. Do we have a smartphone at every table? Yeah. If you don't have one, let me know. All right. So has anybody done a think aloud before? Okay, I'm gonna show you a think aloud. Part of being able to write well is being able to read well. A lot of people take it for granted that, I've been able to read since 1st, 2nd grade. I'm a good reader. But it's possible, well, there's 2 obstacles. One, comprehension. You may not understand what you're reading. You may just be reading it because you were told to. Visualize, infer, question, summarize, evaluate, and predict. So as I'm going down line by line, Okonkwo's asking a question, does the white man understand our custom about land? I can't connect with that initially, but I can kind of visualize it. I can imagine him coming back from exile and trying to figure out why his society has changed so much. I can visualize somebody coming back from prison and his whole world has changed. So go ahead, use the 7 guidelines, the 7 prompts on the bottom. Make some notes next to think about, and I'll come around and see how you're doing. Is there any questions?
They don't care for the customer. What if they don't care? Yeah, just put they don't care for the customer.
What's wrong with putting babies out in the woods sometimes?
Oh, that's the type of question you want?
No, I'm just curious, maybe that's what it is. What we're gonna get into now is creating an argument based on the anticipation guide you filled out in the beginning and the text from Things Fall Apart. So the first thing you gotta do when you're making an argument is inspired by some data. This is what seems to be facts, but it needs to be verified. So the first step is data. So you look at some of the ideas presented in the anticipation guide, you look at the text when Things Fall Apart, or you can just pick something out of current affairs.
I can't use it. Music alcohol. Like who's looking at you? It's almost too easy for you. It doesn't matter, right? It has a gas engine. Yeah, I know, but like, come on, let's draw.
So just, all you gotta do is find,
Come on, I'm just saying.
Moving on.
Why do you people use integration? Why do you ask for it? I'll use it. So you type it in. You're not I'll just use voice control.
Okay, let's have attention up here, please. Okay, so the bonus round. For extra credit. Presenters, one at a time, present their arguments.
Okay. We found a website in Iran, which is one of the major gas places that we get our gas from, or oil. They're threatening to shut out like some of their transportation places, so it makes the price go up.
So, check out the rubric that's in front of you and is also projected up here.
Oh, we're doing this.
Did the group verify the data using reliable text or online sources?
Yes.
Did the group create a clear argument based on verified evidence?
Yes.
And did they successfully defend their argument against a challenge? Anybody challenge their argument? Real challenge?
Let's go, Dante.
Okay, next argument. Good job. It's always hard to be the first ones. Who's next?
We said intimidation is used to control people with fear. Intimidation is threatening behavior. It can be used through manipulation such as propaganda.
Okay. What kind of sources support your statement?
Wikipedia and reasons.com.
So those statements were from those sources?
Yes.
Okay. Any challenges?
Is Wikipedia verifiable?
Hey, that's a good question.
Yes.
Who can edit Wikipedia?
Anybody.
Right. So that's a legitimate challenge. You respond to your challenge.
Black Americans are discriminated against because of their race. They are suspected more than white Americans. And one of their examples was Trayvon Martin, who was shot for looking suspicious when he was really buying a nice cheese skills. And another one was 7 African American boys who were under suspicion for a crime.
Oh, 2 good verifiable examples. Okay. Any challenges for that argument? That's a tough one, that's a tough one, challenge. They had 2 bits of verifiable